We are fucking back with another tier list video, and in today's video, I'm putting every single starting power forward for the 2024 NBA season into a tier list from the best to the worst. So make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Did I fuck up? Did I get it right? And stay tuned for the center video that I've got coming in the next few days. Look, let's not waste any time and get right into things. First up, in the S tier, you got to put Giannis up there for obvious fucking reasons. He's the best player or equal best player in the NBA today. That's all I got to say. If you don't agree with me there, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Look, next up, I'm just going to go in random order. We've got Julius Randle over here. I think he's a B tier guy. You know what you're getting out of him in the regular season, and you also expect him to just disappoint you in the playoffs. With that being said, he's still a damn good player. Will give you 20, 24, 25 points per night, along with 10 rebounds, 5 assists or so, and he's got a pretty good three-point shot. But, defensively, his T-Rex arms kind of hinder him a little bit, and he's just not made for the playoffs so far in his career. So it is what it is. For me, he belongs in the B tier. We've got Jaren Jackson Jr. I think he's a better player than Julius Randle right now, and so for that reason, he's definitely in the A tier. And in terms of the best power forwards in the league, he's not too far behind Giannis. Obviously, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, one of the most versatile defenders, elite rim protector, got a great three-point shot, and improving overall offensively as well. He averaged around 18.5 points per game last season, I believe. So he's not doing too bad there as well. And his offense is going to be very important, especially as the Grizzlies need as much offense as they can get without Ja Morant for the first 25 games of the season. Still young, still going to get better. He's a clear A-tier guy for me. Next up, Zion Williamson. He's interesting, man. They say availability is the best ability. Look, talent-wise, Zion is easily an A, maybe even an S, bro, because the Pelicans were the number 1 seed with Zion when he was healthy. So it's a big question mark. Right now, I do have him behind Jaren Jackson Jr. just because you can't rely on the guy being healthy. But I'll tell you what, when he is healthy, there's few players that can change the league offensively the way that Zion does. He's a damn good player. But yeah, it's just his health, man. That's the biggest question mark, so it is what it is. Next up, we've got Marcus Morris Sr. I'm putting him as the only guy in my booty list, man. I personally used to really like Marcus Morris Sr. when he was playing on my Boston Celtics, but over the past few years, with the reputation he's developed as being an absolute cunt and just stirring shit with everyone, he's a bit of a dirty player. I just don't like him, man. He's got a bit of an ego as well. He thinks he's a starter in the league when he really isn't at this stage of his career. Look, he has some shit on Tyronn Lue because there's no way that he should be starting for the Clippers at the 4. You got Covington, you got Batum. You can start Kawhi there and put someone else in the starting lineup. I don't know why he's starting, but basically he's a ball stopper offensively. When he gets the ball, he's thinking shoot, and that's it. It doesn't matter if there's 3 defenders in his face. He's going to try and shoot. He's not the most efficient scorer. He's dropped off a bit defensively. Yeah, look, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about him, but he's by far the worst starting power forward in the league, in my opinion. We've got Karl Anthony Towns. I think he's an A-tier type player as well. Look, whether he's better than Jaren Jackson Jr. or behind Zion, it's really up to you to interpret. I'm going to slot him right in between. I feel like Cat's getting a bit underrated. Last season, he only played in 29 games, but when he is playing, he's still one of the most dynamic offensive players there are in the league today. One of the best, if not best, shooting big man. And his fit with Gobert is awkward. We all know that. But with a full offseason working on that fit, I feel like that would only get better. But with Cat, I feel like the story is similar with Randle. He's not reliable enough to be maybe even a number 2 guy on a playoff team. So until I see him really step up, and take on more responsibilities and actually prove that he can be that guy in the playoffs that he is in the regular season, he's only going to go as far as his talent takes him, which is an A-tier guy for me. Next up, we've got Bruce Brown. Look, he's not a Julius Randle type player, but he's one of the absolute best role players in the league. He's 6'4", but he can play so many roles, whether you need him to act as a backup point guard, whether you want him to guard the best perimeter defender on the other team. There's so much he can do, and he's 6'4", but he plays much bigger than that as well. He's just a plug-and-play type guy that any single team can use. The Nuggets are going to miss him very dearly, but I think he's an excellent, excellent fit with the Indiana Pacers. So I feel like the addition of Bruce Brown to a young Indiana Pacers team, you got to watch out for that team. They're going to be pretty damn good. Next up, we've got Evan Mobley. I'm putting him in the A tier for now. Obviously, he was a finalist for the DPOY award. Super young as well, so it's not unreasonable to expect that he's only going to get better next season too. one of the most versatile defenders in the league already. I feel like if he can figure things out offensively and become a reliable third option next to Garland, next to Mitchell, take that burden off the backcourt, the Cavs are going to be a force to reckon with. I feel like the KG comparisons are very well warranted. Obviously, he doesn't shit talk as much as KG does, but the talent is there, the build is there. I feel like this season he's only going to get better, so I feel like an A tier is pretty reasonable for him. Next up, we've got PJ Tucker. I'm putting him in the D tier. Look, don't get me wrong, he's a great role player, even at this age, but he's not really someone you want starting on a playoff team. Even though I feel like the fit on the 76ers is as good as it's going to be for a starter, he's just not as talented as all the other starters in the league at the same position when I do complete this list. For that reason, I feel like he's a tier below everyone else in that C tier. I'm going to have to put him in the D tier. Next up, I've got Jared Vanderbilt. I'm putting him in the C tier. He can be a PJ Tucker type player if he can reliably hit his corner threes, and I don't see why he can't. Offensively, that's the only thing he needs to work on, man. If he gets himself a corner three, bro, he's set for the rest of his NBA career. He's obviously one of the best at guarding wing players in the entire league. He was guarding Steph Curry, chasing him around, guarding Jamal Murray. He's got very, very, great instincts defensively. Yeah, it's just offensively not quite there yet. I feel like he could be a sneaky option for the Lakers backup five as well, because he did start at center for the Utah Jazz last season before going to the Lakers. Look, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, very, very good player. He's still pretty young as well. So if he develops a three-point shot, man, he's one of the best role players in the league if he can do that. Next up, we've got Kevin Love. Sorry, bro. I'm putting him in the D tier. Hall of Famer, obviously. But right now, if your team, the Miami Heat, you need to start Kevin Love, whether it's in the regular season or playoffs. You got some issues at your power forward position. He was getting DNPs in Cleveland. Yeah, that's all I got to say. I'm putting him in the D tier. Next, we've got Paolo Banchero. Shit ton of potential, man. I feel, I'm putting him in the B tier. Right now, he's not as good as Julius Randle just yet, but he can definitely overtake him next season. But yeah, B tier for the Rookie of the Year. Next up, we've got Karl Kuzma. I feel like he's a bit of a empty stats guy. Like, I feel bad because, he has improved defensively. He's also improved when it comes to his rebounding ability. And obviously, we know he can score the ball. Bit of a streaky scorer, not the most reliable shooter. For now, I don't think, once you see the rest of the players I have in that B tier, I don't think you can justify putting Kuz there. But you know what? He's very high on the C tier. And we have seen that he can contribute to a championship level team because we obviously won a ring with the Lakers. So I'm putting him in the C tier for now, but it's very close. I feel like he can be a B tier type guy. Next up, we've got Benjamin Simmons. I'm putting him in the D tier for now. When this is 2021 Ben Simmons, he could be a high B, maybe a low A tier, but right now, he says he's 100%. You don't know what you're going to get out of this guy. So until I actually see him play better, he's in that D tier for me. Next, Grant Williams. I'm putting him in that C tier. PJ Tucker type player, 3 and D, can guard bigger positions. That's about it, but every single team needs that, and he's a perfect fit in that starting lineup for the Mavericks alongside Luka and Kyrie, so no complaints there. We've got Patrick Williams. I'm putting him in the C tier as well. Again, improved three-point shot, pretty good defender, but that's pretty much all he really does. So yeah, can't really justify putting him any higher. We've got PJ Washington. I'm putting him in the C tier as well. A bit behind the Grant Williams and the Patrick Williams. Even though his numbers might look nicer, he's just not as versatile as the other two guys that I mentioned. And we haven't seen him really contribute to winning basketball. So who knows what his role looks like on a real playoff team. Next up, we've got Al Horford, my boy. I'm putting him over here. He's a C tier type guy. Even at this stage of his career, look, he completely fucked up in the playoffs. But in the regular season, what was he, like second or third or fourth in three-point percentage? And hey, man, you can still use him in the playoffs to guard Joel Embiid. So as long as he can do that, he's a pretty good role player for the Celtics. So I'm putting him in that C tier. J-Dub Williams, I'm putting him in the C tier as well. Very close to the B tier. But we'll see what he does next season. Obviously, he's got a shit ton of potential. He had a very nice late season surge for Rookie of the Year. But I feel like C tier is right for now. Let's pump the brakes a little. Pascal Siakam, A tier type player. I'm putting him above Evan Mobley. We know what he's about. can prove he can be a second option on a championship team. Right now is a number 1 option, still doing pretty well. So yeah, can't really say too much about that. Lauri Markkanen next. He's proven as an A-tier type guy. He kind of starts at the 3, but no one sees him as a small forward, so I'm putting him in the power forward list. And he's an A-tier type guy. Definitely established that he can be a number 1 option on a okay team, I'll say. He's probably not a number 1 option on a championship team, but he's really found his spot in the league, so he's an A-tier. Jerami Grant, standard B-tier guy. Obviously, 3 and D can give you 20 points. So we've got Draymond Green next. I'm going to put him in the B tier as well. Look, we know what he means. Yeah, I'll put him in a high B. Put him anywhere else, he's probably a C tier type player. But on Golden State, where his role is to obviously lead the defense, be a playmaker, set the tone defensively with the energy. He's damn good at what he does. He's got 4 rings to show for it. He's a B tier. Next up, yeah, Aaron Gordon, standard B tier type guy as well. Just won fresh off a championship. Pretty much the most perfect fit you can find next to Nikola Jokic is an athletic, switchable wing who's big enough to also defend multiple positions and cover up for Jokic defensively as well. He's a B tier guy. Harrison Barnes, yeah, he's C for now. Just because in the playoffs, he completely fucked up and disappeared from the face of the earth, man. Regular season is still pretty solid, but he is someone that is a jack of all trades, master of none type of guy. He's not the best 3 and D type player. He's not the best scorer. He's not the best shooter, but he can kind of do everything here and there. So we'll put him there for now. Jeremy Sochan, I'm putting him for next season. You know what? I'm going to put him above Harrison. I might even put him here, man. Let's pump the brakes a little. Great defender. If he can find himself a jump shot, he's going to be in the league for a very long time. Even without a jump shot, he's going to be in the league for a very long time. But if he has a jump shot, he's got a shit ton of potential. So I'll put him there for now. With the jump shot, he's got B-level type play potential. Isaiah Stewart, I'm putting him in the D tier for now. I love Beef Stew, what he does on the court. But if we're being honest, he's not a starter type material. He's better served as someone as a high energy guy off the bench. So I'm going to put him there. We've got Jabari Smith Jr. I'm going to put him above Al Horford, as much as I hate to. Call me crazy, but I think Jabari Smith Jr. has the most potential out of anyone on the Rockets' young core. He's athletic, he's got the size, and obviously Stephen Silas was underutilizing him. I think he's in for a very big season, but until we see it, you can't put him any higher. But don't be surprised if he's a B-tier type guy by the end of the year. Next up, we've got Saddiq Bey. Actually, lastly, we've got Saddiq Bey. Standard C-tier type guy. Can shoot the ball a bit. Versatile wing, but doesn't really offer too much defensively, doesn't offer too much outside of that. He's a complementary offensive piece, but he's not that bad. So yeah, that summarizes everything. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. But thank you guys very much for watching. Stay tuned for the center video coming in the next few days. Make sure to like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.